This is Imaginary Me, where we see through the illusion of the separate self. Welcome back, it's Imaginary Me. So a question came in, are there stages to self-realization? I could unwrap this a little bit by saying, yes, you could identify two stages of self-realization, and I'll qualify that. The first stage, I would say, is the actual self-realization, meaning that you have recognized yourself, your true self, as infinite, unbounded, effortless, aware being. You recognize that, and you know that you have never been anything other than that, nor could you be anything other than that. That recognition is self-realization. The other half of that, or if I could label it as stage 2, is the integration of that understanding into the life of the imaginary character in the movie we call life that you previously thought yourself to be. So there's the recognition of your true nature, which is self-realization proper, and there's the integration of that understanding as the second stage. Now, of course, the actual self-realization itself, where you recognize your true nature, that has no other stages. That's self-contained. You don't halfway recognize your true nature. You either see that or you don't. There's no halfway point. You can't half see yourself. You either see yourself or you don't. So there are no stages to that, or there's no lead up to that. The integration, however, you could say is a more evolutionary process, and it differs widely, I've found in my own experience and those I've talked with. It differs widely depending on the individual. Experiences of integration are as unique as the individuals themselves. The integration could take wildly different paths. You could see a few rare individuals who have an integration of this understanding of their true nature into almost every aspect of life, and it reflects in the daily life of that imaginary character. Other people seem to evolve slowly over a lifetime as the integration deepens in and permeates more and more aspects of the character's life. And I have to make an important distinction here. Self-realization has nothing to do with the character in the movie. The character in the movie does not become self-realized. You have never been the character in the movie. That's the point of self-realization, to know that you have been suffering from a case of mistaken identity, thinking yourself to be the imaginary character in an imaginary world. That is self-realization. So self-realization is awakening from the dream of being a character, you could say, into the recognition of who you really are. Infinite, unbound, eternal, effortless aware being. Effortless aware being doesn't evolve or change. It is always that, and forever that. It cannot be anything other than that. The character, however, can start to show certain aspects of that understanding in that character's life. In other words, the character may experience more peace and joy, a lack of anxiety, a lack of worry. These are some of the common things that immediately take effect on self-realization. The character drops some of that angst that they had been carrying around, and the energy burden lessens, because it takes a lot of energy to maintain the illusion of a separate self. And once that energy is freed up, it tends to direct in much better ways than the character had experienced before. But again, self-realization is not for the character. So the degree of integration, of the understanding of self-realization into the life of the character is not a clean or nice indicator of the level of self-realization. Self-realization has no levels. You either see it or you don't. The character, on the other hand, could start to exhibit changes based on this understanding as it permeates the life of that person. So it's convenient to say, yes, there are two stages of self-realization. Truly, there aren't. There's self-realization itself, which has no stages. And there's integration, which is an evolutionary process. And I wouldn't assign stages to that either, because it's different for every person. And it would be a mistake to cram everyone into the same model or paradigm and expect changes to evolve for everyone in the same way. It doesn't work like that in my experience. So that's what I have to say about that. Are there stages to self-realization? Yeah, yes and no. It depends on how you want to look at it. So again, the main takeaway is self-realization has no stages to it. You either see it or you don't. You either understand and know who you are, or you don't. And it's certainly not an understanding for the character in the movie. The character will benefit, no doubt. The characters always do. But the degree to which the characters benefit and the degree that these changes manifest themselves in the imaginary character's life differ greatly from person to person. So there you have it. That's all for now. Until next time, take care and enjoy yourself.